Do you know, everybody, I've always wanted to see a hawk moth. It's on my face, it tickles. It tickles. I found a hawk moth on my face. Ooh, it tickles. It tickles. This is the best thing in the world. Okay, so this is an eyed hawk moth. You can see this because obviously it looks like it has eyes. That's why I think it's called an eyed hawk moth. They are fantastic. They can actually fly at 30 miles an hour, and that's pretty quick. And also you'll notice in how hairy the moth is, and that's because it likes to maintain its own temperature. Because you can imagine most moths do come out at night. As you can see, it's obviously day. It reminds me of a B-2 stealth bomber, but yeah, as you can see, right, without obviously the explosive payload. I'll zoom in a minute and you can see exactly how hairy the moth is. It are fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I love moths. I don't know why people ever go at them so much or think that they're not very nice. The humming moth, as you can see here, beats its wings 70 times a second. 70 times a second. Oh, that's brilliant. Now let's get back to my gate. Hey, another reason why I like hawk moths, or moths in general, is they're happy to climb over human hands. They love it. Just see, upside down like a bat, nocturnal, a bit like a bat. Even like I said, he's in the day, he just wouldn't fly. He wouldn't fly, but at night, he just went for it. He just, don't know where he went, but he went. They can actually. Well, actually, I'll tell you that in a minute after we see this this caterpillar. This is a silk caterpillar. From the silk moth, and then we're going to go look at some excellent other moths because people think moths are ugly, right? Is that ugly? No, because it's an atlas moth. Is this next one ugly? No, because it's a Madagascar moth. The next one is a lunar moth, okay, and it's called a lunar moth. It doesn't actually eat or drink. It has no mouth. Did you know moths, they can they guide themselves by the moon and the stars, like nature's sat nav? And this is a maple moth caterpillar. I thought it looked excellent and hairy. The next one is just a cute moth. Just leave it as that. And the next moth, this is a deadhead moth, okay? Sorry, death's head hawk moth. And it squeaks like a queen bee. And it pretends to be a queen bee. Bees let it in a hive, eat its honey. This is a baby fox. Let's just appreciate it for a second. Back to the moth on my finger. You can see his eyes, absolutely beautiful. I love moths. This has become like a really good friend of mine. We didn't really do much. We just sort of like looked at each other, and he probably thought, what is going on? But I'm happy to stay here, so I will. We've got about 2,500 moths here in the UK. Only 2 will eat your clothes. That was a picture of my chair trying to dry a towel, because that's what I do with the use of the sun. A male moth can actually smell a female moth from up 7 miles away. 7 miles away. I know a guy I used to play rugby with. I swear I could smell him 7 miles away. He never seen a wash. But look at those wings. Look at the hairs on those wings. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, look at that. I zoomed in really well there. I'm proud of myself. This is a white plume moth. Look, I've even put it there so you can see. I videoed this when I was out at night, and I'm just amazed by these. I really am. Look at the hairs on its wings. Let's zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. They eat valerian root, not a ladybird, although that's a ladybird there. But that was the only picture I could get for free of a valerian plant. So we're gonna zoom in now, and now we're going to zoom in. Okay, and we're going to look at what it looks like as like a negative, because I think it's quite a good effect, and I think you might appreciate that. The atlas moth is the largest moth actually, has a 30 centimetre wingspan, which is pretty good. And there's 160,000 types of moths on the planet, different kinds of species, and that's quite amazing sort of to think. And by the way, just so you know, if you ever touch a butterfly or a moth and you have powder on you, then it's not actually powder, it's the scales. So you don't want to do that. You don't really want to touch their wings. And moths, as you can see, they normally have their wings out. Oh, look at that little bug spread out where a butterfly will have their wings sort of closed together. But we're nearly at the end of the video, and I think you'll appreciate that moths are absolutely wonderful, and you've got some facts. So I'll see you next time, but I've got to go because it's like 9:10 and I've not eaten yet. All right, see you all later. Bye.